this is the main goal here for today. A natural spring in the middle of the Israeli desert. What happened?
Stop, something bite me.
Thank you.
No.
Hello guys, this is Daniel Vil from the channel Daniel Knows. And today I'm gonna travel in the Israeli desert with a couple of friends of mine. Show you guys this break from everyday life in Israel in these war times. We're about to arrive to the first stop. Let's go. This is
Shpizi. My name is Rony.
And
This is the best place in the desert.
Itzik, you should come visit me here in the desert. This is my house.
we're about to arrive next stop. There's a ruach teruf. So our first place after a little bit, couple of parkour session on the way. We are in lower in akev. It's kind of a river. Only when there is rain is active. שמע, זה יפה. יש פה ריח מוזר. There is weird smell. אני בברך שלי. סבבה. Again, amazing Israel in her full glory, also in the desert, also in the north, as you can see here. Like a small country, like 600 kilometers from north to south, really, really tiny, but so perfect. It's not the best. I will lie if I will tell you it's the best country in the world, but it's like your best friend. It's not perfect, but you still love him. Same Israel for me. Okay. The first natural spring that I can say for sure is really beautiful. The wind noise is really inhabited, but bro, we arrived to the main location, to the main spring. Woo! What do you think about that?
It's actually crazy. This is a big jump. Almost died, but if you Rony, so you can survive.
Yes, if you Rony, you can survive. Like he jumped literally from here and there.
I jumped once from here, but the first time I jumped from there, and it's so stupid. I almost hit the rocks, and in the end, I just like missed it and went into the water.
He say you can know the water is clean and good for drinking by just looking and see these tiny snails. Yeah. It's looking so insane just from here. לקפוץ לרוחק. Hello. Ahalan, shalom. This is Daniel Dvir from the channel Daniel Knows. And this is the main goal here for today. A natural spring in the middle of the Israeli desert. בלי לחץ. היידה!
קדימה, דניאל.
אני מוכן, סבבה.
יש.
It's a shock. So shocking. But it was fun. It was fun. Like I will do it again. I will do it again. So good friends. So good Israel. Such a good day. With a good coffee. With this amazing Rony. Everything is good. Okay.
Coffee's ready, whoever wants, and drink it. יש לך שמש, יש לך שמש בלבך, מה מילים אני לא
Right now we're on the way to Bedouin, like a traditional Arab that live in the desert. I will show you his place. Right now we can only join this. Right now we're about to arrive at the Bedouin village. Bedouin, just for you to know the basic, it's kind of an Arab, a Muslim that travel around the desert, and he doesn't believe in house, like a concrete house. And it's raining a little bit right now, so it's a good time to arrive to a safe house. I think we're gonna eat a warm food. We are meeting our last companion. I didn't see this guy for I think 6 years or 7 years. I really don't know. Let's go. מה שלומך? מה שלומך? אשכרה. אשכרה. Hello, hello. So we are just arrived to the Bedouin tent, you can say. Thank you. A warm cup of tea. And here, what is her name? Magdalene? Yeah. Remember? Yeah. I cannot like picture her without a head cover because of respect. So I will ask her and try to interview her and her husband later. Now we just tea time, get some rest, get some power. The storm is outside. Good times. So right now we're gonna see like some animals. Like it's really bizarre, so different from the life in Israel, like everyday life. You can see the cute ones. A guardian dog about the animals. All the gang is together. Right now, everybody, 3, 2, 1. Good. A sheep choir, goat choir, the goats. Our food is just arrived, like yellow rice, some tahini and hummus, and another special bread. Like I feel so tourist. she apologized she doesn't have some vegetables, but like so many good food, looking so delicious. Like it's so traditional, everything. Like even the pot is like on fire, like only just the plastic forks. So bon appetit for me and for my friends here.
There is hummus in Jerusalem, but this it's hummus of the desert. It's amazing, man.
Like it's so local and so like unique. I'm trying to try it. Like the flavor is so different. Like I usually eat hummus at Akka, at like Arab cities or even Israelis hummus Eliyahu, but there is eggplant here, and there is like this is more like I know this hummus, and this is eggplant with tahini. Yeah, so nice. Some hummus with unique bread. Israeli tourist in Israel.
יפה. הוא פתח הייטק? הנה, אם פגש את לנון.
הייטק זאתי.
לא אייסקרים, הייטק.
Lick your fingers. We are speaking and eating, and everything is so chill, everything is good, and we say that the food is tastier.
The best feeling in the world to walk 15 kilometers and then in the middle of the desert to see this. You know, it's like
No words can
paradise.
describe.
Yeah, like paradise in the middle of the desert, of good food and good treatment.
And good people.
Yeah, like the lady here that guest us, call us her sons, like Ibni, הבן שלי, Ibni.
Best hospitality in the
Yeah,
desert.
best hospitality like
If you come
ever.
here to the desert, you have to ask for Majdelan and Suleiman and to come here. They are the amazing like you can sleep over, you can eat, you can drink, amazing.
It's near Sde Boker, if you ever come.
Yeah, I will put in the description the link of Google Maps. If you ever will want to be here, I really highly recommend. And like you know, right now is like a tense time in Israel, in the war in Gaza and everything. And I feel so safe here in the south, like with my friends and the hospitality. We are outside of the tent, where we just eat some food. I'm here with my friend Nitzko. I didn't see him I think 5 or 6 years. Like from the Haifa meeting, I think, or something.
Haifa meeting.
Yeah, or whatever parkour meeting that we have been. So right now, after the storm, you can see like where they live and the beautiful clouds. Like the weather is so changing right now. This is winter in the desert of Israel. Like you have rain for a second and then the sun and everything clear up. There you can see all the animals and some protective dogs, and over there is like the continue of the house, the property, and right now we are chilling. Yeah, so let's chill. Like they make us, for honesty, the best tea I ever drink. Like she put something that I asked her, like what do you put in your tea, and she's like yeah, like
some sage, sugar,
yeah. Like she understands me, she know Hebrew, but like she has never mind. But like the food is authentic, like no factory in it, like no, everything is natural. The labane is from the ghost, the hummus is like not from a can, is like natural, and she grind it here, and the like everything is so natural. And after a day that we walk so much, it's so much tasty and happy, like to satisfied with the little things. And here's shpizi. Woo! So we will continue to chill.
רגע, לא לברוח. ניצן, בוא. השיער שלו.
It's a raining day. Hallelujah, it's raining day. So right now we're going to like the cooking area, the kitchen area you can say. I don't want to up the camera because I don't want to show her faces because it's not in the respect for the culture. And you can see here like the bonfire they cooking on, and on this she make the bread.
Yeah, this is the
And
saj.
I think the saj.
She just here, she prepare the dough, and then she makes a fire. She puts the saj, and then she makes the pita kind of round on it. She just does like this with the dough, couple
Like
seconds.
pizza, yeah, like a pizza dough.
Boom, makes on the saj.
Like everything here is really, really simple and basic, but you know, sometimes the basic is the best delicious. What more can I say? Like she's very nice. The hospitality is like 100 out of 10. Like I cannot ask for more. Like she really, I feel like she treats us like her sons. And we are like a bunch of random guys. Like he knows her. Like he grew up here in the south, and like when he was little child, she host him and his friends, and like they tell us about some nonsense they do as children, like jumping from the waterfall and something with the police and I don't know, fires and stuff. The owner, like the husband of the wife, just arrived. And he's so nice, give us all hugs. Life is simple basically. Life is just basic food, basic house, basic life, and sometimes you're satisfied with it. But we are humans, sometimes just get used to something and want more and more and more. This is how we end up in this place, for good and bad, of course. I live in a city, I have a car, I have a camera, I use YouTube. Of course I'm spoiled and not so basic. Like I dance in bachata from Dominican Republic, I do trekking for United States, I travel all Israel, I dance in zouk from Brazil. But in the end of the point, you don't need so much. Our stomachs are full, smile on our faces. Such a good day. Such a good day. Days like this is what I live for. No words more needed. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being born. And if you watch up until here, just type red pineapple. Red.